Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Last time I went to pick up my Japanese visa, I also submitted an application for a Korean visa. When you hear people say Korea, it's South Korea, not the other Korea. South Korea is a vibrant country. It's known for its cutting-edge technology, rich history, and dynamic culture and beauty products. If you're planning to visit this fascinating destination from New Zealand, you might need to apply for a South Korean visitor visa depending on your passport. This process involves a few key steps to ensure a smooth application. Let's go through it. Step 1. Confirm your eligibility. New Zealand passport holders can enter South Korea visa-free for up to 90 days. However, if you hold a different nationality and reside in New Zealand, you may need a visa. So check the South Korean embassy website to confirm your visa requirements. If you hold a visitor visa, they're not going to accept your application. Don't even bother. The visa validity is 3 months, which means that you should enter Korea within 3 months after your visa is issued. It's also a single entry visa, which means that you can only enter South Korea only once. Feels so weird walking and recording yourself on the street. That's cool. Step 2. Gather required documents. Once you've determined that you need a visa, collect the following documents: a valid passport with at least 6 months validity, completed visa application form which is available on the South Korean embassy website, passport size photos meeting the specification, so 4.5 by 3.5, flight itinerary and accommodation booking. Your accommodation must be booked and confirmed. Flights shouldn't be booked, but you need a screenshot of your itinerary. Bank statements or proof of financial capability, very important. The balance on your bank statement must be at least 3,500 New Zealand dollars per each applicant if you're staying for 7 days, and obviously more if you're staying for more than 7 days. Proof of residency in New Zealand if applicable, so your New Zealand visa. You will need extra documentation depending on the visa that you are on. For instance, if you are a student, they will need to see your study evidence. If you plan on staying at your friend's place, you need a letter from your host, which is your friend, and it must contain certain details. My tip here is make sure that your documents are in English or Korean, and keep all copies of your documents for references. Then submit well-organized documents to avoid processing delays. The only original thing that you should submit in this case is your passport. The rest, photocopies. Step 3. Submit your application and pay your visa fees. The Korean embassy accepts in-person and post application. They don't have online application available. If you want to submit your application by post and receive it by post, you need to include a postage bag amongst your required documents and add tracking and signature options for safe delivery. You will also need to write your address on the delivery address of the bag. You can choose to submit your application at the South Korean embassy in Wellington or the consulate in Auckland. For Auckland, is applicants in Auckland, Northland, Waikato, Bay of Plenty or Gisborne that are required to lodge the application there. The rest of us lodge it in Wellington, I guess. But I lodged mine in Wellington because I live close by. Visa applications are processed during official working hours, so you don't need an appointment to go there. Just show up during official working hours. If you live far from this location, then you can post. Visa fees vary based on your passport. I paid $56, but countries like Philippines are free. The visa fee also depends on the type of visa you're applying for, and these fees must be paid in cash as per the embassy's payment guidelines. But at Wellington, they can actually do bank transfer, but this is limited to Wellington only. Getting into the ANZ Center is quite hard if you are going on Featherstone Street. You need to get around the back, which is what I'm doing right now. I just stood there and luckily someone said you need to get around the back. Now let's look for the back. I think it's going to be here. To the IG. Yeah, so I had to come through Intercontinental. Then we get to the elevators and I am looking for 20. Tip. Embassy. is the embassy. Yep. After this step, you wait for processing. Visa processing times varies, but it typically takes 2 to 3 weeks. During peak travel season, processing times may be longer, and you'll see the warning on the website as well. EOG. Let's go down. You can go in from here. Touch to exit. We're back out. This is my favorite shop. Kelly's Warehouse. The embassy may contact you for additional documents or an interview if needed. In my case, I mistakenly submitted my visa that had my old passport number. So the embassy contacted me for the correct document, which I sent to them, and they processed my visa. Once your visa is approved, you can collect your passport. It's an e-visa, so they're going to send your passport with the visa physical copy, which is an A4 paper, and they'll also send you an email with it as well. If your application is declined, they'll also let you know why it was declined. And that's it. Applying for a South Korean visitor visa from New Zealand is straightforward if you follow the correct steps. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel tips and visa guides. Safe travels to South Korea. Let me know if you're coming with me. Bye.